Hey, my Pilates people, welcome to my channel, Connect and Move. My name is Jessica. I'm really looking forward to today's session because I need it, right? Very stretchy, very easy, chill reformer session. No footwork, no abs, okay? Just, right? This session is about you opening things up, letting things go, maybe shutting all your doors, turning off your phones if you're not watching this on your phone, and like just decompressing and relaxing. Okay, so you don't need any props for this session. We will be starting with 2 medium springs. So I have 2 reds on. We will be starting with feet and straps. So I like my feet and straps with a little bit of pushback. But if you prefer yours with, a light and a medium, right, you do you, okay, please. My headrest is up in my comfortable position, and let's go ahead and lie back. Let's stretch. So of course, make sure that you're centered on your carriage. I'm gonna place my feet into my short loops. Again, that's where I prefer to have them. If you wanna place your feet in the long loops, again, this session's about you. So once your feet are in the straps, just make sure that they're closer to your heels than your toes. And then just bring your knees in towards your armpits or just wherever you can here. I'm in a little Pilates V and my arms are just down by my side, and I'm just gonna relax here for a second. And I'm just gonna breathe. And with each breath, maybe you let the straps kind of take over a little bit more, meaning we're not fighting them, we're not pushing into them, we're just kind of letting the straps pull us deeper into a stretch. Imagine you were in a deep squat, right? This would be your booty to the floor without falling down. Imagine that. I can't remember when I could do that. Anyways, focus, all right? So take a big breath in here into those back ribs. And then on your exhale, I want you to roll your tailbone back into the mat if it rolled up. So now we're pushing into the straps a little bit here. And then on your next exhale, and then on your next inhale, I want you to press the legs out to that working angle. And then exhale, bend the knees back in, allowing that belly to draw down away from the thighs. Inhale out. And then exhale back in. So as the knees come in towards the armpits, let that tailbone stretch further away from your ribs. Whether you feel it or not, that'll be a really nice opening for your back and your hips. Just a couple more here, just flowing with your breath. Exhale, empty the lungs, and then inhale back out. Let's do one more. Exhale, 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 and then inhale back out. Now hold your legs out here. Find a little bit of internal rotation. So even if the big toes aren't touching, that's fine, but I do want you to think of the kneecaps looking in towards one another. And then just float the legs up. And then once you get to your stopping point, use your hips to lower the legs back down to wherever you can. And I know I said we're not doing any quote unquote abs, but right, please try to hold the stability of your spine and pelvis here. That will deepen the stretch in places that you need. And I don't know about you, but every time I do this weird internal rotation, it's always like super funky for the first few reps, and then it's like, oh, now I feel the stretch. So it almost feels as your legs are coming up, your backside is opening and the front of your hips are narrowing. Let's just do a couple more here. Last one. The next time your legs are up at 90, open the legs out. Allow your legs to naturally rotate out, and then circle the legs down to that working angle. Find that internal rotation again if it feels good. Float the legs up to your 90. We push the legs wide, find external rotation, and then come back in. So if it's available and if there's no pain, I want you to really exaggerate the internal rotation and then external rotation. And you can add a point to the feet, a flex to the feet at any point, at any time. And that might change the stretch in some places. Do one more here. Think of the legs reaching across the room. And the next time your legs are up at 90, let's reverse your circles. Staying with that internal rotation if it feels good. A lot of us need it. We don't do enough of it. Oh. And then make sure you're sending your breath to those tight, stuck places. It does work. Do one more here. Remember, sides of the neck are long, chest is nice and open, no tension there. All right, bring your legs up into your 90 position here. And now bring the soles of the feet together. So obviously knees are gonna have to open out. And now slide your feet towards your bottom. Grab onto the buckles wherever you can and drive your forearms, your elbows in towards your thighs as you pull here. And then even when you're here, I want you to kind of like swish the hips from right to left a little bit, or maybe it's like a tuck and then an arch, and just see, does that change the stretch for the better, for the worse? Maybe even a little rock from side to side. Oh, I feel like if I go over to the left, I need that stretch. Just do a couple more here. Okay, and now I want you to slide the legs back up to your 90, maybe even a little bit more at like 80, 70-ish. We're gonna keep our left leg straight and bend into the right knee, take it to the side of the carriage here. All right, so the further back you allow that strap to pull the foot, the right foot, the deeper the stretch is going to be on your right thigh. And then your left leg, you can have it straight for right now. You can grab onto the rope. You can let it go out to the side. But just breathe into this stretch. Just feel this length through the top of your right thigh. And then for everybody, I want you to bend your left knee in towards your armpit, keeping the sole of the left foot up to the sky. So I don't know about you, but my carriage obviously moved in a little bit and it deepens the stretch on my right thigh, which I'm kind of glad. I don't know if I would have gone there, but yeah. So again, this left leg is doing a really deep squat. And then without moving the carriage, can you try and straighten that left leg out a little bit? Oh my gosh, I don't know if you can see my leg shaking. And then bend the knee back in. Try to straighten the leg out to the side. It's like a weird, crazy Peter Pan 2, and then bend it back in. Try not to force it, because I know we haven't done like a ton of movement to warm things up. And back in. You got one more. Inhale, push it out, out, out. Exhale, back in. I want you to push into your left foot first to bring your right leg up, because we were in a really deep stretch. Same thing on the other side here. Also too, that left foot, the closer on the bent knee, the closer that foot is to your seat, the deeper the stretch will also be. And for my people with the really low reformer, right, you're gonna have to, that's where you're gonna be anyways. Okay, now coming back to center, if you'd like, of course. You're gonna bend that knee in, allow the carriage to slide closer towards the stopper. Oh, I need that stretch on that left side. And then when you're ready, we're gonna try to do that straighten. Jeez, I don't know, can you guys see this shaky leg? Are your legs shaking? Just me? I don't know. Isn't it crazy how sometimes we do these things in Pilates And you just you're looking at your body part going, can you please not do that? And it's just ignoring you. Allow those ribs to soften. It's very easy, I see and feel, for the back to arch. So just find a happy medium where we're not hurting ourselves. One more. Inhale, reach the leg out. Maybe that left thigh drops down a little bit more. And then exhale back in. Carefully push into your right foot to bring the legs back up. Okay, go ahead and just bend the knees in. Let's carefully take the straps off. Guide the carriage home. Hang up your straps. And then before we roll up, let's just place your feet maybe shoulder width distance apart here. I want you to take your right ankle over your left knee, and you can hold on to the blocks here if you'd like. And then I want you to drop your legs over to the right. So slowly and carefully drop them over to the right. Some people like to fully cross the legs here. And I am one of those people today because I just got a deeper stretch in like the back, deep inside of my left hip. Big breath in here. And then on your exhale, carefully lift your legs up. Now take the ankle over the knee if you had to situate, and now drop your legs over to the left. So same side, same right ankle over left knee. And with each exhale, just let gravity take over. Maybe letting the neck relax a little bit more. Big breath in here. And then exhale, carefully bring the legs back to center, and then let's switch sides. So ankle over the knee first, then you go over to the left. And maybe if you need more weight, more stretch, you take the whole leg across. And so this is kind of that spot we were trying to tap into with the internal rotation. Again, let that exhale pull you down more into the stretch. And then carefully lift the legs up. Be careful with that lift. Resituate, ankle over the knee. As you're over here to the right, think of that left hip reaching past the foot bar. Ooh. Again, with each exhale, let the tension go from your neck. And then when you're ready, we're going to carefully come out of that. Let's unpretzel you. Let's carefully roll you up. I'm going to come seated facing you. So my shoulder blocks are to my right here. My feet are on the floor. You can sit cross-legged here. It's just wherever you feel comfortable. So we're gonna stay on these 2 medium springs or whatever you had for feet and straps, okay? I do want it to be kind of heavy, okay? I'm not expecting the carriage to move a whole lot, but I'm gonna choke up as high as I can where like it's kind of a reach for me, okay? My arm is gonna be straight. And then all I want you to do is lean towards your foot bar. So just let your head tilt over to the left, like your left ear could touch your shoulder. And I'm gonna let that right arm be heavy. And I don't know about you, but like I immediately wanna fight this stretch. My shoulder wants to shrug up into my ear. I wanna fight this. So just let your breath maybe relax you. And yes, we're holding on to the strap, but try not to have a death grip. Let it be just enough to give you that stretch. And then from here, if you'd like, angle your face to the left a little bit, almost like you're looking to the left, but it's a little bit down. And really let that right shoulder kind of fall away from your right ear. And then again, just continue to breathe. And now let's add a little bit of rotation of that right hand. So I want you to turn the palm facing up, like really exaggerate it, really drop that right elbow down, and then rotate the palm down and back. See if that changes anything. I don't know about you, but it did for me. I felt it like right across my bicep. And then back around, turn it up. Keep leaning away from your strap. Oh, yes. Again, my body was wanting to fight this. And turn it back around. Really exaggerate it. Maybe lean over to the left a little bit more. Oh my goodness. And then carefully just let your palm, let your arm go back to that neutral position. Turn your head forward again, carefully come out of it. And let's do the other side. Ah, that was magical. Kind of. It was needed, let me just say that. Okay. Hand on. All right, let that left arm be heavy now, and then we lean over, but also drop that right ear over to the right shoulder. Oh my, this side's tighter. And I know I told you to angle, like to turn your head to the right and down, but if you're not getting a stretch there, right, please don't. Maybe slowly turn your head, you know, a little bit forward and a little bit to the right, and just see that, try to find that sweet spot. Maybe it's picking the chin up. But I'll tell you, for me, it's like looking all the way down. And then once you found that sweet spot, again, just let that left shoulder kind of fall away. And then when you're ready, you can do those rotations. Let the elbow kind of swivel with you a little bit here, especially as you turn the palm facing up. Almost if that elbow was going to come forward. Oh my goodness. Again, remember to send your breath, especially your inhale, to those tight places. Oh my goodness, this side's way tighter. Okay, just go ahead and find center. Carefully turn your head forward if you're not already there, and then we come out of it. Oh, okay. So now I want you to come seated facing your risers, and I'm seated pretty close to the back or to the edge of my reformer. My left leg is going to go out straight, and I'm a little bit angled because I want your right knee, if possible, to be at a 90-degree bend. So if I was to do like an overhead snapshot of you, right knee is at a 90-degree bend, and my right foot is flexed at 90 as well. It's in dorsiflexion, it's flexed, all right? And then ideally that right knee will be down into the mat, you know, in these perfect worlds, okay? So, this is a lot of work just sitting up here, okay? So I'm gonna take my hands forward onto the blocks, and I'm gonna think of I'm gonna just pull myself forward, just slowly, gently, trying to keep equal weight into both hips. I can tell you right now, my left hip is wanting to come up. And then I'm gonna just come back up, okay? Now I'm gonna kind of turn my body towards my left leg, the leg that's straight. And then I'm gonna round forward from here. I'm saying round, but if you wanna do more of a hinge forward, maybe try both. But I'm just gonna stretch forward, like I'm gonna bring my head towards that left shin. Oh, that's a nice stretch. I like it, I like it. And then come back up. Now I'm gonna angle myself a little bit more in line with my right thigh. And then I'm gonna round forward here, trying to keep that left hip down. Now for me, I'm pushing into my right hand over here, and I'm kind of pulling with my left. Use everything around you to deepen the stretch. Oh, that's lovely. And then back up. And we're gonna do one more round of that. So I'm gonna turn all the way over to my left leg again, and then I'm gonna think of going up and over, Oh, that's a lovely stretch in my low back there. And then we come back up, and then I'm gonna angle to where I'm a little bit more like in between my legs. I'm gonna go forward here, maybe like head to foot. And let the shoulders relax. Sometimes I look back at my videos for you guys and I'm like, geez, my shoulders, could you just relax a little bit more? And then up and over to my right thigh, again, trying to keep weight into the left hip. And then stack right back up. Okay, so other side. And depending on your body and your like leg length and everything, you might not have to angle yourself. You might be like square in line with the reformer. No biggie. Okay, so let's see how my left knee does on this side. So 90-degree angle here in this perfect world. And then since you know that we're gonna do 2 rounds of this, start anywhere you like, just anywhere. Oh, and right away, my left low back is loving this. You can even grab onto the underside of the carriage and pull yourself that way. And then just remember that, like, yes, you want to like really dig into this stretch, but there is like, you can overstretch and hurt yourself in stretching. So sometimes I like to go forward. I like to stay there, and then I let my exhale maybe just gently put me into a deeper stretch, maybe let me relax a little bit more. So find the point where you're getting a stretch and then just stay there for a breath or 2. Again, we're trying to keep equal weight into your hips. I'm starting my second round now. Left knee, of course, is trying to draw down and into the mat in a perfect world. But then again, I wouldn't think my Gumby people are going to be taking this class. Keep the flex of that left foot. I just realized I lost that. Last one here. Up and over. Let your head be heavy. And then come all the way up. Okay, so I'm gonna take 1 spring off. So everybody come to a medium spring. That is a red for me. And then I'm gonna drop my headrest down. Go ahead and do that if it is up. And then I'm gonna cross my legs, or take my right leg, cross it over my left leg. And I'm forward to where I've got maybe like 2 palms distance behind my booty and the edge of the mat, okay? And if at any point having the legs together like this doesn't work for you, then you can always take your legs to the sides of the shoulder blocks, okay? So I'm gonna take my right hand and my left hand, obviously both hands, on top of the foot bar. My palms are facing down here. All right, so right from the get-go, my shoulders are like rolling forward. I'm kind of in my neck a little bit. So I want you to think of kind of reaching back through the hands and the arms and reaching the crown of your head forward. So we're rounding forward here. I'm thinking of bringing my head to my shins, not gonna happen. And I want you to now push down into the foot bar to maybe lift the ribs up a little bit more, maybe find more space between ears and shoulders. And now imagine you're under a low ceiling. Start to roll the hips forward. So the carriage is going to move. Your gaze might come up, it's totally up to you. But just feel the stretch across your chest, across your shoulders, and then press down on the foot bar. Shoulders roll forward as we dive forward, up and over, up and over. And then again, hips kind of roll through. And then back again. Okay, so now take your left leg over your right leg, and we're gonna just do the same thing. Sometimes we have a favorite position when we cross our legs, and it can cause one side to be tighter. Words today, y'all. Tighter, grumpier, or just off. You can have a soft bend to the elbows, totally up to you. Think of that pelvis sliding forward and away. And then we pull pull the ribs back as the chest comes forward. Think up and over. And now just take the arms off, reach them around, grab onto your pegs, and just give yourself one pull forward here. Okay, so let's now turn around, face your foot bar, and you're gonna straddle the carriage. So I apologize, my people with low reformers, this is going to be tough. You can always just skip this one. But I'm gonna start about a straight arm's distance away from my foot bar. Again, feel free to readjust, all right? And then from here, I'm just gonna press the carriage back. Just gonna press the carriage back, like my booty's going back, my feet might move around, that's okay. And I'm gonna try to keep a flat back here. And now from here, I'm just gonna like translate my hips from right to left, trying to keep my hips down. You can do this with a rounded shape. Just figures I've been doing a lot of rounding. I wanna go a little bit more flat back. So just one more here. And then go ahead and just slide the carriage all the way back in. Reset yourself, so knees are under feet here. I want you to feel like you're hugging the carriage with your legs a little bit. And now take your right hand over to the left corner of the foot bar. I'm just kind of holding on. If you do not have orangutan arms like me, you don't have to go all the way over, okay? No worries, you're just holding on to the foot bar. My left arm is gonna come up, and I'm gonna side bend towards my right thigh. So like in line with my right thigh. So it's a little bit of a twist. And I'm gonna really push down through my left hip. And boy, oh boy, this feels magical. Maybe I look up to the ceiling, up at that left bicep. Oh, and let's carefully come out of it. Now, if you liked that, stay with that. Otherwise, now try side bending straight over to the right. Little bit different. Take a big breath into those side ribs. And then on your exhale, we lift ourselves right back up. So left hand on that right corner, right side, left or right arm comes up, lots of rights and lefts. I'm gonna side bend over, like I'm going in line with my left thigh. Again, let the neck, let the shoulders relax. Oh, this stretch feels magical. I took a class with a lovely lady the other day and she had us do this and I thought, well, I'm just gonna do this every day now. And then when you're ready, you can go straight over to the side. Remember, legs are gently hugging in on the carriage, feet are pressing down. That's gonna help lock those hips into place. Oh, and then exhale, come right back up. Oh, so we're gonna stay on this spring for our last stretch. I'm gonna come up, I'm gonna face you for our inner thigh stretch. So my left foot's gonna go underneath my carriage if that's available. Left toes are pointing forward. My right toes or right foot up against the shoulder block here, kind of like at a little angle, and then just press that carriage out to both legs are straight. I'm gonna take my hands now down to the frame and I'm gonna walk myself out or lean over to the right. And then from here, I want you to explore, right? So maybe leaning forward, leaning back, maybe arching the back, maybe rounding the back. Maybe all of these things give you a deeper stretch, yummier stretch, nasty, however you want to look at it. Maybe you add a little twist. Even like playing around with the weight in your foot, especially your left foot here. I mean, your right foot too. Oof, that might change the stretch for better or for worse. And now take a big breath in here. And then on your exhale, I want you to carefully walk yourself back in. So use the whole body to guide yourself back in. And let's do the other side. Oh, I needed that. Okay, coming around, right foot under, left foot on. Again, you straighten that left leg. We lean out, glide out. Again, maybe just walking your hands over to the left and to the right can change things. And big deep breaths. Try not to hold your breath here. The next, or the last few inhales here, really focus on sending your breath to that place that your breath doesn't want to go. Head is heavy. Last breath in here. Big exhale out. All right, let's carefully walk the carriage in, all the way in. And you are done. Oh, I don't know about you, but I feel so much better. It was just right. Let me know. Let me know what you liked, what you got out of it, a particular stretch, liked, didn't like, all the things, right? I appreciate all of you. Thank you.